pictured smiling and carrying House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's lectern during the Capitol riot, right there, says he's pleading guilty because he is guilty. That's Adam Johnson, who agreed to a plea deal in a D.C. courtroom this morning, and he's facing potentially months in prison.
Part 2, Fallout. All right. So, you guys hopefully have already watched part 1. I'm sure it was long. I haven't edited it yet, but it's going to be pretty long, but, you know, there's a lot to unpack.
Quite a bit.
So, this segment here, part 2, is going to be just after January 6th, the Fallout. So, we'll let you continue where you left off in the first video. You're walking home. You just charge your phone. You're getting inundated with voicemails and texts. You have no idea yet that you're infamous yet.
Not yet.
And it's been like an hour.
It's been about an hour.
It's been about an hour. Yeah. All right, and go.
So the walk from the Capitol back to the hotel is probably about an hour, hour and a half. I'm staying in Georgetown.
You're just getting more popular as you go.
Yeah. So about an hour, hour and a half. I'm staying in Georgetown. Great hotel, one of my favorites. And so walking back, phone's blowing up. I don't know what's going on, you know, and I'm trying to blow it off like, you know, it's gonna be fine by the morning. Right. Everything should be everything be copacetic, right. And they'll get over this whole thing.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Sorry about one
it's
picture.
Like
I didn't even
take stores or anything.
Didn't burn any sneaker stores.
No.
I didn't.
Damn you.
I know.
That's where you messed up.
That's where I messed up. I think if I would have, I don't know, gone to the National Mall and rubbed feces all over windows, I would have been safe.
Violently protested.
I would have been safe. I made a mistake.
Yep.
I did. So, you know, because they only care about their property, not your property.
Right.
Not my property.
Right.
Their property.
Right.
Yeah. Which is public property, so.
That we pay for. So it's technically our property.
Not sure how that works. So, so I'm walking back home, and my wife and I are chatting a little bit, and she's very upset that I was even there.
But she hasn't seen you yet.
She's seen the photo.
No way.
She's seen the photo at this point. It's being shared. Yes. Well, I blame my friends for it going viral.
God, dude,
because
your poor wife.
All of my friends were sharing it. Like, oh my God, my guy's there. And I'm like, stop, don't do that.
Yeah. Like that's going to do anything.
Yeah.
Oh, that will thwart all their
That'll
efforts.
fix it. Exactly. Yeah.
It's like wildfire gasoline.
Yeah, damn it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so she's talking to me. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Like, you know, like worst case scenario.
When they're in the room, it's on fire. It's all
Everything's
fine.
fine. Everything's fine. So I'm like, it's gotta be okay because it's just trespassing.
Sure.
You know, if they're gonna do anything or say, you
stop on the wrist.
Exactly. You can't go.
But they also have to trespass thousands of other people.
Well, that was kind of also the idea, right? Where surely they can't arrest us all.
Sure.
Right. I mean, at least they wouldn't. That would really be just an abuse of powers, money, and an overreach by the government, which they've never done before in the history of America ever. Yeah, cheers, Derby Bridge.
Yeah.
Waco, all those things. So, I'm telling her it's going to be fine. I'm going to get trespassed. I probably just can't go back there again. That's fine. I got some great photos.
I'm done.
You know, exactly. I'll show the kids.
It.
Yeah. So she's like, I don't think it's going to be that. And I was like, you overreact to everything. It's going to be fine. So I get to the hotel. It's probably 7 o'clock at night at this point. It's a long walk, 6, 7, somewhere in there. And I'm waiting for my friend to get back because we got separated. And I'm there in the hotel room for an hour just with CNN on. And it's the first time I've watched CNN in, I don't know, 30 years. But I'm listening because they're the only ones reporting on it at this point, you know?
Wow.
And I see my picture, and they're throwing out words like terrorist, insurrectioner.
God,
someone had just been shot.
This is a major media outlet. And there's my face, you know? Oh, my God.
They're talking about there being an uprising at capitals all over the country. This is not going to be the end of it. They're rising up.
Your stomach had to be just...
Oh, yeah. Well, I hadn't eaten that day. I had 2 hot dogs. Worse. I had 2 hot dogs from a vendor, and it was not great.
No, don't recommend.
Not great. And I had some eggs and toast in the morning. You know, so I was very hungry at that point. And they had put an order out to lock the whole city down. So on top of COVID shutting down all the restaurants, then they said you can't leave your hotel. So we had ordered some pizza and wings, And we were just gonna drink a couple of beers and we'll just
Let's see if this just fills out.
we'll see what happens. So the hotel we were staying at, they were all super fans of Donald Trump.
Okay.
Every single window had like Trump flags hanging in them. It was like a party hotel.
In the hotel.
In the hotel.
So okay.
It kind of looked like a tailgating party.
So you're at the right hotel.
I'm at the right hotel. So
you're not gonna get shanked on your way to get the ice cream filled.
No. And in the middle of all of this, the people are kind of coming back in from the protest that day. Not sure how far and when. I'm kind of like, do they know what I did?
Right.
You know. And I start getting recognized by some people. I'm like, oh my god, this is not gonna pan out well.
Shit.
So at this point, I call some of my Leo friends, like, hey, what do you think I should do?
Right.
And they're
I was
like,
just in the building.
Yeah, well, just hang out. Don't leave town. Don't disappear.
Right.
Maybe call them, let them know, like, hey, I'm here. Get in front of it. So I did. I actually called the AUSA and I actually left a message like, hey, I'm that guy in the photo. I need some help. If you need anything, here's my phone number. That was the play. You know. So
you're not trying to hide.
No, absolutely not. Because again,
no
it's just trespassing.
Right.
Surely that's going to be like, hey,
sorry
guys.
Not to come back.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're in your mind, you're like, whatever.
Sorry guys, right? Well, the wife's freaking out, justifiably so. We're getting death threats
already.
Oh yeah. Twitter
it's
became
not even a whole day.
No. Twitter
Hours.
became just this infestation of people who wanted to either rape my children, murder my wife. Oh, just disgusting human beings. Yes, because they saw a picture of me one time
holding a
piece of furniture.
Right.
Yes.
And you're a carpenter, so the irony is like laid on thick.
Right. The lectern I'm gonna build when I'm done.
Oh,
it's gonna be so beautiful. To carry it everywhere.
Yeah.
So she's asking me to come home.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, come home, Adam. Come home.
Now, does she have firearms at home to protect herself?
We do. So at this point, I'm a very big enthusiast. I'm a 2A guy.
Right.
I think that any gun law is an offense to the Constitution because it says very clearly, shall not be infringed.
I told you I like this.
Shall not be infringed. So I don't know how we're discussing anything whatsoever.
It should just be don't kill the people.
Hey, don't kill people.
Murder's illegal.
That's already a law. That's already a law. You know, you don't need a law for the law. You just need to not break the first one.
Mm-hmm.
So,
so you have guns.
I have guns.
So you're like, just be safe.
Yep. And I have a lot of friends who also have guns.
Right. So you're like, hey, can you go check on my wife?
So we called. I'm gonna give my good friend Sonny Parlin a big shout out. This man, within 20 minutes of hearing what was going on, got his body armor on.
Wow.
Grabbed his AR. Drove straight over to my home and said,
"Okay,
not that family, not my friends."
So he's just camped out.
Oh, this man is a good man.
No shit.
This man
awesome.
I would die for. Yes, yeah, good man.
That's awesome.
And it was him and a handful of other people, but they don't want to be mentioned.
I got you.
They still have things to lose. You know,
but
his pride's already gone.
But he's like, I'm gonna take a stand here.
Exactly.
Now, did anybody come by, or it was all just hot wind blowing?
I think it was all hyperbole. I do. Sure. I think it was a bunch of people.
Because they know that you'll shoot them.
Internet warriors, because there's that thing where it's like, do you really want to go to a guy who just, stormed the Capitol's house and fuck around and find out?
Right.
I don't think so.
Right. You'll find out.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly. And my wife, she's on the safe as well, biometric scan. She's good to go.
Yeah. My wife's 100 pounds soaking wet. Looks like a really easy target. It's going to be a bad day.
Yeah.
For anybody who crawls up that tree.
Yeah. She actually, when we met, she had a huge fear of firearms. And I was like, well, listen, any fear is worth conquering. You just have to go address it and walk through it. And now this woman, unload, load, fire, good to go.
Love it. Speaking of which, we will be doing, when you get out of prison and you get your rights back, which we're going to talk about it, he will be getting his rights back.
Yes.
We're doing an epic range day. We might make it public if you're cool with that.
Absolutely. And come on out. Bring your guns.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah.
We'll just go ham, like American flag suits. Just
I'm wearing a romper.
Belt feds.
Romper.
You're gonna have a lectern, I know that.
It's a good stabilizer.
It'd be cool to do the shoot and do a speech. Oh my god.
That'd be fantastic.
But I'm gonna steal your lectern and take a picture with it, bitch.
You could.
Yeah.
You could. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, she's worried people are coming over. Sure. They're protecting the house. We've got Leos that are driving around, making sure things aren't happening. There was actually apparently a Trump train that circled through our neighborhood. Just to show support.
No kidding.
No kidding.
This is within hours.
All this stuff was happening.
So let's fast forward a little bit. You hotel.
Drive home, 14 and a half
So
hours.
you're driving home now.
Yeah.
Not flying.
Nope. The flight was on Friday. I left on Thursday.
So you're like, I gotta get home.
I got to get home.
Okay, so
I
you
gotta
rented
get
a
home.
car
Rented a car.
and just.
Yep, all the way through. Met a good friend of mine. His name is Jennings. He wants me to say his name, Jennings. Great man. He actually introduced me to my lawyers, who David Bigney and Dan Eckhart Law. You ever get in trouble with anything? These are your people. These are your people to call.
Yes.
These are your people to call. Like for all the times I can say like I shouldn't be going to prison, there are people doing a year.
God.
And
And not getting their rights reinstated.
and not getting their rights reinstated.
Wow.
Call these people.
And they're not cheap. But
They're not cheap.
good
Lawyers.
Good lawyers are not cheap.
No. And federal lawyers, you need to know someone who
That
knows
would be
someone.
scary as hell.
Very scary. And again, I've never had to do any of this stuff.
So, you get home.
Mm-hmm.
Wife reams you. She's scared. I'm just trying to fast.
The
forward
kids
a little
actually went into hiding. They actually had to get removed from the home. They had to flee the home because there were so many death threats.
stay
They
with
went and
somebody
stayed with a
else.
friend. Mm-hmm. So my kids had to leave their home. You know.
I'm a new father, but I swear to God, I don't even know what I would do. So I would threaten my daughter. You had to be just raging every cell and atom in your body just to like.
I will not publicly state what I would do on camera because they
my
might use
God.
that against me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I know what I would do.
Yeah. A blood transfusion to keep them alive for a couple more days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be some biblical shit. Biblical. So you had to just be tearing at the steering wheel.
Yes. Well,
So-
actually, no. I wasn't speeding at all because the wife told me don't get arrested on the way down. You don't need that.
No, I just mean like in anger and just like
sure.
fear and anger.
Sure. Yeah. And it just actually scared. Like just that
You had
the thing you love the most it might be taken away from you, and you
had
can't
like
stop
1,000 miles to like think about. What you did was just join other people
Mm-hmm.
and move an item from point A to point B.
Yes.
And that's all you did.
In a building, walking around, taking some pictures.
That was it.
That's it.
That's
That's
your
all.
crime.
That is my crime, is being in a building.
75 days.
75 days in
in a
prison.
federal prison.
In a federal prison. And I'm very pretty. A lot of people
Yeah.
a
You
lot of
might want to
people
shave
are-
that head.
No.
But
no.
do it like, what's that one movie with Kevin Bacon? And he just starts shaving his head and it's all whack. Remember that?
I don't know this Kevin Bacon movie. I've seen so many.
His family gets killed
Okay.
and he goes full vengeance mode.
Yes.
What was that called?
Is it Echoes? Stir of Echoes.
No, it's not Stir of Echoes.
No?
That's the one with the bodies in the wall or whatever.
Okay.
His family gets killed by gang members and stuff.
I do know
And
this
he
one.
goes to repay him and he's like shaving his hair.
Leave it
But
in the comments. I need to know.
But it's all patchy and he looks just disheveled and crazy.
It's a great movie.
That's the look you need going in. Like, don't fuck with me.
I'm going to go with cornrows.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
The wife is
Here.
very against it.
Grab my pocket.
Oh, no. I'm not
Grab
going
my
to.
pocket.
No. I'm going to go in a pair of cargos is what I'm going to do.
So, you get home.
Uh-huh.
Family safe.
Family is safe.
Now, I heard that the charges were brought pretty quick.
Yes.
So,
This is
now what
interesting.
happens?
So I'm charged with entering and remaining a building.
How did you get charged? Did they come to your house?
So they called. So we had these attorneys, and
So you already had attorneys.
yes, we got
Wow, you were
really
way
we
in front
got
of it.
we got very ahead of this. We actually had the firearms removed from the home.
You were just
before
wow,
yes,
really
because
ahead of it.
I don't need my firearms in the possession of the government
Sure,
because you'll
get
just never
that.
see them. You'll never see them again. So I had all my firearms taken from the house before I even got home. Just
By
you
a
take them
friend
with
or
you
something?
by a friend.
Yeah.
He's got all my ammunition, thousands of rounds and
Right.
guns, and they're all the way right now.
Right.
You know, he's dusting them and cleaning them for me on a monthly basis.
Right.
Tucking them in, telling them I miss them.
Everything
Yes.
will be okay.
Exactly. So all the guns were removed. I got my passport together. Everything we knew they
So
would
you were
need.
just like ready to go.
Yes.
And they called you?
We knew it was coming.
So they like, hey, come talk to us. And you're like, no.
There was a liaison with the sheriff's office that was like, hey.
Sure, because they're in their backyard.
Exactly.
Right.
Right, because they're everywhere.
Sure.
They're everywhere.
Wow.
So they're like, hey, come have a conversation with us. You know, we're not looking to press charges. You know, we just want to have you come in and talk to us and tell us what you saw.
And they're getting, now I know how this works. So you might be like, my guard's getting let down. I told you, wife, everything's going to be fine.
Sure.
They're getting orders from higher up.
Yes.
Let's make an example of this guy.
Yes. And again, my activity, like I'm a pretty honest, straightforward person.
Mhm.
I don't have much to hide. If you want a question answered, ask, and I'll do my
Because you didn't
best.
think that anything you were doing was egregious. You know?
No, I thought, okay, you can't go back. Great, you know.
Right.
And again, if I could recognize anyone hit a cop, like you hit a cop, yeah, I saw you hit a cop.
Right.
I don't mind that. That's completely fine. You know, because
Right.
we do have to have some standards, some lines.
Right.
But so I'm sitting with my attorneys, and they're talking with the AUSA, and they're talking about the charges they're going to bring. Right? They finally come down. They get cleared on a Friday night. You know, we're going to charge him with these things. It was entering or remaining restricted building.
Okay.
It was violent entry, which is absurd,
No.
and it was theft,
No.
felony theft for moving
So
furniture.
if I go to Publix right now,
Uh-huh.
which those of you up north have no idea what the hell it is, it's like a Kroger.
Like a Kroger.
Like a Kroger. If I go to Publix and I grab a pack of Skittles on the candy aisle,
Uh-huh.
and I move them, and I put them with the Skittles by the register,
Mm-hmm.
I'm charged with theft.
Well, it would be federal theft. That would be state
Federal theft is if you move something
Yeah.
from its dusty location to another location.
Yes, they call it you remanded, or God, there's a word they used for it. You basically turned it into your own property for your own use for
For
a
couple
portion
minutes.
of time. Therefore, it is theft.
The property that we paid for. All right.
Yes, yes,
Continue. With our tax dollars.
with our tax dollars. And they actually said because the podium was worth, or the lectern was worth over $1,000, it's a felony. As a carpenter,
Yeah. No.
I
No.
can tell you,
No.
there is no way that's worth $1,000.
No.
You know, but the government overspends on everything, so
Oh, yeah.
who knows what they paid for
It's
it?
one of their friends works the shop that builds it.
Exactly. Maybe Nancy's brother or something
Yeah,
built it.
yeah,
Who knows?
something.
Who knows?
Allegedly.
Allegedly. So, I get these 3 charges, and what's really interesting about the theft charge, they ask on the phone, does he still have it? Does he still have the lectern? That's a question. Apparently, it went for sale on eBay.
So somebody else stole it?
We don't know.
Or it's just like...
We heard it was a fake
It's a
account.
fake?
We heard it was a fake account that someone made it as a joke.
You're like, no, and you have security footage showing that I left it where I left it.
Exactly. Actually, they had used it the same day before they even called me and asked me if I still had it.
They used it prior to.
Yes, they wheeled it out, and Nancy gave a speech behind it.
You're like, yeah, I have it.
And like, I
obviously.
definitely still have it. I'm
Yeah, she's
astral
using a
projecting
green
it.
screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it. That's fake.
Exactly. That's
Really?
that's a copy. You know.
So you got charged.
I got charged.
Lawyers.
I went to Pelos. You know, they booked me on a Friday night,
Wow.
and that means you're spending the weekend in jail. You know,
Yep.
they put me in isolation with all the COVID people for the whole weekend. You know,
Okay.
no one's telling me I'm allowed to take a shower, not let me brush my teeth. You know,
So you're just like sleeping and
Yep.
sitting.
no blankets, no pillows. You know, they told me I was a suicide threat for some reason. Can't really figure it out
Wow.
whether they were gonna suicide
You're
me or
so you're
not.
in a
is-
holding cell. You weren't with
No, I was actually in a center. It had the
like a pod, they call it.
it was a psych ward with COVID patients as well. So I was with everyone sick,
The crazy people.
the crazies,
The ones that eat like AA batteries for fun.
the nutters.
Because
Yeah.
I see them a lot at work. Yeah.
There are a lot of
So,
people like that.
wow.
I know. So I'm there
Damn,
with
I
them.
wonder like if they were told to like put you with them. You know what I mean? Like
There were
there's some dirty shit that goes on behind the scenes.
there were some security questions about me. You know,
Yeah.
where it's like if he gets recognized and someone hurts him, he's federal property in custody of the state. So I'm not actually in general population.
Right.
I'm in my cell 23 and a half hours a day for the whole weekend.
Oh my god, dude.
So
I'm getting antsy just sitting in here.
yeah, we're not sure what's going to happen up in Coleman, but you know,
So where's Coleman? That's
it's in Sumter County, near Orlando,
okay, so that's
close
where
to
you're
here. Yeah, close to here. But I'm there for the weekend. They finally let me out on Monday. I go to court,
Okay.
and they read me all the charges. You know, they're like, we're going to prosecute you for all 3 of these.
And you're like,
And
okay.
I'm like, well, that's fine. They give me an ankle monitor, and they tell me I can't leave the middle
Do you still
district of
have it?
Florida. No.
You took it off?
Within, I think it was within 3 or 4 weeks, we saw another judge who was a little more rational, in my opinion, and said, because they were talking about drug testing me all the time, and ankle monitor checking in, can't leave your home. Saw another magistrate.
Like you're gonna flee the country that we love over trespass
Exactly.
on a building that our taxes pay for.
Exactly. Like, and I'm not a flight risk.
No.
I surrendered everything. I self-surrendered. I'm not fighting any
Right.
of this. Like, I'm trying to face
You were putting
whatever-
your ducks in a row prior to.
Yes. So we had spent the weekend there, got an ankle monitor, saw a new judge, and she's like, get the ankle monitor off. Doesn't need to be drug tested. He's got a history when he was 19 years old. This is such a limited criminal history.
Right.
There's no reason to have these stipulations on him.
Right.
So I spent 14 months on pre-trial release is what it's called, where every week I'm calling in, checking in with my probation officer. All of my firearms are gone while I'm still getting threatening letters in the mail.
That has to be scary. I briefly spoke to your wife about that. Because just so you guys know, there's no firearms in here. They're all locked up in the safes and stuff. We had to make sure through his parole officer that everything was locked up, everything's secure. That's what this gag was. This gag.
We still wanted to have a gun wall.
Yeah, we had to have a gun wall. So
Yeah.
I said, "Do you have any like funny thing we can bring?" He goes, "I have like a huge Nerf gun collection for my kids when we have our little wars." So he brought that, and I asked her. I said, "Well, your rights aren't stripped.
No.
Can you carry a gun?" She goes, "Well, technically they said I could if we got a safe that my husband can't have access to, like a biometric print that only her print will work on, because that would be a huge concern of mine.
Yeah.
These psychopaths out there that are death threatening your family. Hopefully it's calmed down a little bit. I'm sure when you go back to prison in 2 days from now.
Yeah, Tuesday.
So this video is going to air, what is today, Sunday?
Say Sunday, yeah.
We're filming Sunday. I'll probably have it live this Friday, so you'll already be in prison.
Yes, I won't see it until I get out.
Wow.
So please edit graciously.
I will.
My good side.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good side.
We
Well, hold on. Like, the gun thing.
Yeah.
Now, since you're in prison, she's going to go get her gun back? I would.
She's probably going to get some firearms for her home, yes.
Do you have a safe with a biometric?
We do. We do. So I'll have to wipe that. and
Just
set
wipe
back up.
it and put hers on.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, I know Vaultec will definitely step up.
Oh, fantastic.
They're awesome.
We had we knew we could have them in the home.
You were just
if
kind of
I had
erring on the side of
access.
caution.
They're looking so hard to make sure that I don't mess up, because if I do, I go to prison. And then it's
For a long time.
For a very long time. For a very long time. We were shocked this whole way through. No one said, there was never a suggestion that I was going to prison, because I did everything I was supposed to do. I did an 8-hour proffer with the FBI talking about being in the building, what I saw leading up
So
to
basically
it.
everything we just talked to.
Everything
Every
that I was
detail.
supposed to do. The judge even actually said, we want people to still continue to have faith in the system and be honest and talk with us and be helpful. You know, and that's why we typically look at these things and don't put people in prison if they're helpful, especially on these charges.
So you're just like,
I just got fucked.
you got fucked.
I got fucked. You know?
Somebody from higher up said hang them.
Pretty much. And again, I can't fault the individuals working in my case.
Right.
They were professional. They were doing their jobs, and I'm not.
FBI agents were straight shooters.
Yes, absolutely. ATF guy that I met, super nice guy. We're hoping to apply for early termination of supervised release after 6 months. I've got my fine was paid yesterday. It was $5,525 for being in a building under 30 minutes.
But you probably had to spend, what, 6 figures for law?
$100,000.
$100,000.
$100,000.
So you're at 105 and change.
Yes.
For walking into a building that your own tax dollars pay for and moved to Podium 20 yards.
Yes.
And left.
Yes.
Without injuring anybody.
Yes.
105 grand.
Yes. I would have had to go to court with 3 charges. Most of these people who are defending the January 6th defendants,
The ones that aren't infamous with photos.
they're from DC. They don't like these people.
Right.
Good luck going to trial and having anyone on that jury, one of your peers, that likes anything about you.
Right.
Not going to happen.
It's going to be unjust.
I would not have done this any other way.
You're getting your guns back eventually. So you're going to go to jail. Sorry, not jail. Prison.
Federal prison.
Federal prison.
Yeah. As a martyr.
In a couple days.
Couple days. That's why we're having
Yes.
McAllen. Thank you,
Sure.
sir. Thank
Yes.
you. Yeah.
Cheers. Yeah. Let me. I can't cheers because I'm empty.
I realized that halfway.
Yeah, you did. You were like,
No,
oh
yeah.
We will be partaking in some Founder cigars. They're awesome guys. You'll see them here on the channel, off camera. But so 75 days, you're gonna get out. How long until you get out will you get your rights back to own firearms again?
So right now it's listed as a year. We will say as a caveat, people are getting 3 years of probation right now and no prison time. One caveat to serving prison time is the maximum probation they give me is a 1 year probation
So
sentence.
you're going to get everything back faster.
Yes. So because I am serving time, I get all of my guns back quicker. So it is a sacrifice that I'm not happy to make, but I'm
falling
willing.
on that blade for
Yes.
sure. Now, you mentioned off camera earlier when we were kind of discussing what's been going on in your life, that what we're doing right now, by the way, I'm not paying him
No.
to do this.
No.
We just had the same name, and I thought it'd be cool to get him on the channel.
And he's a nice guy.
Yeah, so are you. Same name. So, that one of the stipulations was, like, this is why it's sticking it to the man for me.
Sure.
From my perspective as an outsider. You went into a building that everybody else is going into, the doors were open, you moved something, you left. You're going to prison over it. You've already lost your rights over it.
Yes.
Which you'll get back at a later date, but you're still going to lose them for an amount of time.
Yes.
But on top of all that, they didn't stop there, did they?
No.
So you told me that as part of the deal, so they're thinking just how can we screw this guy as much as we can. You can't profit from this for how long?
5 years.
So they're like, all right, you did this, you walked in a building, you did this. We're going to take your guns, we're going to take your rights.
Mm-hmm.
You can't write a book.
Yep.
You can't go on podcasts. You can't go on radio shows. You can't go on YouTube. You cannot make a dime from this for 5 years.
Can't make
So like
T-shirts.
that was their like worry. We better not let this guy make a single penny
Yeah.
from this.
Yes.
Like that was like, and I brought this up earlier on how stupid it was from like the touching of the door handle.
Sure.
But like that just shows how petty. That's the word I'm looking for. How petty this whole is.
It's interesting. If you notice, most sentences people are getting are just long enough until we see 2024. I think it's a very interesting footnote that people should be aware of. And I think the idea is to keep people under their thumbs. The initial agreement they wanted is that I could not profit for a lifetime. For a lifetime.
And you got it down to
5 years. Well, my attorneys got it down to 5 years because they're
$100,000, baby.
$100,000 will do it. Yeah.
$100,000, baby.
Yeah.
So if you can make that back on a couple book deals, then you're good.
There is a book written. It will
Okay.
come out in 5 years because
5 years.
I wrote a book, put a lot of work into it. It's going to happen. It's a great book. We cover a lot of things we didn't cover today, but the lifetime thing was interesting because consider this. Let's say someone buys me a cheeseburger. Hey, guy, I know you. Can I buy your dinner?
I love you, yeah.
Exactly. That's
A violation.
a violation.
Within 5 years.
That's a 5-year sentence. That is a
To
5
you.
year. Yes, that is a 5-year sentence I could face
I
if
wouldn't even leave
someone.
my house for 5 years, dude.
It is incredible. No one else also had this stipulated on their plea deal.
Sure.
It's
Because
just
they
me.
didn't get their photo taken with Getty Images. And
I think they made a mistake. I think they ran a narrative that didn't fit the person. I'm educated. I think I'm pretty articulate. I'm a father of 5 kids.
Right.
None of my neighbors would say a single thing about me.
being a terrorist.
We had reporters all up and down our block. Not a single person would say a thing about me.
Wow.
Not a single person. They got something wrong,
Yeah.
and they
They're
realized
grasping at
if
straws.
I go talk after this, if I go release a book, if I go do what I plan to do, it's not going to be good for them.
Yeah, we talked about some things off camera that
Yeah.
will come out in 5 years. This
And
should be pretty interesting.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, a lot of things will come to light that I think the conspiracy theorists would love too.
You know, what is conspiracy? What is conspiracy other than truth 6 months down the road?
Or 5
You wait
years.
or 5 years. You wait long enough and you
Yeah.
will find out a lot of things that will confirm the things that you believe to be true about that day.
I still like that day.
A lot of people
It's
do.
a personal holiday of mine.
A lot of people do.
Yeah,
You know, celebrate it or hate it. I mean, it happened.
it happened.
And you can't lose the reason why it happened.
Yep.
If you cover it up with narratives, if you cover it up with, you know, just a bunch of angry white people, look,
Right.
all sorts of people there that day, you know.
I saw.
Yep.
They can bend the narrative however they want. I saw who was there.
And they're losing. Like, I think
yeah.
the big takeaway from this is they are losing.
All right. Speaking of which, this is kind of going off topic here, which I'm sure we've done 8 times. Who do you think's gonna run? Because I swear to God, we better not lose DeSantis for Florida. I love that guy.
I don't think DeSantis will run against Trump. The latest polling I saw.
Could you imagine Trump and him, VP and president? That'd be a hell of a ticket, huh?
I mean,
What a powerhouse that would be. But I would be so scared because in Florida, we have not the best gun laws. We used to have really good gun laws.
Yeah.
And we might be getting open carry back. Ron DeSantis said if it does make his desk, he will sign it through for open carry, which is amazing. Hasn't made it through yet.
Well, they're talking about a special session, though.
Yeah.
So that's in the air.
Yeah. The problem is, we lose them, everything could be just reversed.
Sure.
So like, I kind of want to be selfish, and the rest of the country can just piss off.
Well, I'm definitely a
He's
statist.
our guy.
I'm a statist over a federalist
Yeah.
every day of the week.
Yeah.
I don't care what happens in D.C. What's going on in my state?
California.
What's going on in my county?
Yeah.
Yep. And again, you want to live in California? Live in California.
Don't bring your views here.
Don't bring it here. Don't
Don't vote here.
You know? And if you left there for a reason,
You left there for a reason.
remember why you left there when you come here.
Self-evaluate.
Exactly.
And don't make the same mistake twice.
Do some cross stitch or something. Make a little thing
Right.
you hang on your wall by your keys. I left because of this.
Because of this.
Exactly.
High taxes. High this. High crime.
There's literal shit on the streets.
Literal.
Literal.
Needles.
I went to New Orleans. It was like that.
Oh yeah.
I went from
that's
Mardi
just
Gras.
New
Oh
Orleans, yeah.
my god.
Sorry if you live there.
I love NOLA. Great place to visit for like a weekend.
Wow.
Yeah.
You really got dealt a shit sandwich, my friend.
I did. But hey, it could be worse.
It could be worse.
A lot of these people are doing a lot worse time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's still that gulag that's being run.
Yep.
And my heart breaks for them every day of the week.
Yeah.
Every day of the week.
Yeah.
And I will be writing them. I encourage your viewers to also find someone to write, because these people
Need your support.
went in the building
Yeah.
and they defended the things that you believe to be true and you believe to be right.
How was the going away to prison party you had the other day?
So amazing. So that's a short story.
I saw an article pop up. Hold on, I know we're going on topic here. I saw an article pop up that you leaked information on where you were going to have your party just so the liberal media would go, and they went there.
They did.
You weren't there.
No.
That's so epic.
No. So I posted a party. I made a public event on Facebook with the infamous picture. You know,
Right.
I'm going to have a party at this place.
Did you tell this place?
This place had no idea it was happening.
Oh,
So they're completely free and clear of all of this. It's a great
Right.
restaurant. The stuff they've gone through because of this has been absurd.
right.
But so I make this post on Facebook. Hey, I'm having a going to prison party.
Right.
You know, I post the infamous picture,
Right.
and within 24, 36 hours, it makes national news.
No shit.
This guy's having a party. Now, what they didn't read, which is just, you know, it's evidence that they're not great at their jobs or it's not intelligent, is the date it was set on. It's on April Fool's Day.
Oh, that's epic.
It's on April Fool's Day. No
Right.
one thought to verify with
Right.
anyone, is there a party
Call.
there? Call, you know,
Wow.
get someone on the public list. Have you found out if it's real or not?
Right.
Nothing. So they ran this whole story, and I ended up having to, you know, spill the beans a little early because
Right.
the restaurant was getting death threats. Again, tolerant left,
God, dude.
you know?
Wow.
So I spilled the beans on it. The news had to run backtrack stories. Like, now he's saying it was all a joke. And I'm like, well, what do you do on April 1st?
Right.
You know?
Right.
And that
When
deal...
you're getting death threatened by the left.
Exactly. And they tried to cancel my party. I still had a party. It was a private event.
Event.
We had about 50 people out there. It was a good time, you know. We were having drinks, you know, talking about how it's going to be when we get out.
Yeah.
There is a coming out party.
Yeah.
And we're going to call it that.
We're going to have Adam back here on the channel after he gets out in 75 days.
75.
It's going to go by quick. I can say that. I know it's going to suck.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll have you back here and you can kind of explain that whole deal.
A lot of
And
burpees.
then we'll kind of cover the next step.
Yeah, a lot of burpees, a lot of books.
Yeah, just get ripped.
Exactly, that's the plan.
Are they going to put you, did they say they're going to put you in protection there?
We don't know. It remains to be seen.
God, dude, that'd be dick.
It remains to be seen. I don't put anything past them. But listen, just so everyone knows, I'm not suicidal.
Yes.
You should know
Not
that.
going to Epstein yourself.
I'm not going to see myself, and also I'm hoping that I play the Jesse Smollett card, or if I had to shout it a bunch of times, I'll only do 5 days. And they'll let me out.
Yeah.
For multiple felonies.
Just hopefully they put you in just confinement or something. That'd be great.
Yeah. With books this time.
Yeah.
Something to do.
Yeah.
Something to do.
Write a second book. You know, that you can profit from in 5 years. Well, thanks for driving all the way here.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
To talk to my subscribers. Hopefully they haven't logged off already. I'm sure we've been rambling for like 2 hours. So I'll try to put as much as this as I can in there. So we're having part 1, part 2. This would be the part 2 part, the fallout. Hopefully they kind of just get the drift, you know.
Yeah.
I wanted you to have a platform mostly unedited where you can just kind of explain your side, the real
For
side,
sure.
not the media side, not the left side, because you pretty much got railroaded hard.
Yeah.
So let's reconvene here in 75 days.
Yeah, let's do it.
And I guess right now we should just wrap it up, go outside the back porch and smoke a stogie.
I like it. I like it.
Man.
All right.
Let's get
Cheers,
to it.
guys.